everyone, so today's video is going to be a book haul. Now I really don't like filming these videos because they take so much energy, and so I always put them off. Like I put off filming them and then I end up with a lot of books. And yeah, I haven't filmed a book haul since last year, I think. So these are all of the books I bought in like the first half of 2024. I had to think about that for a moment because I forgot what year it was, but yeah, these are all the books that I've bought so far in 2024, and yeah, let's just get into them because there's a lot of them and I'm gonna be in a lot of pain by the end of this video. So I put on a very like easy outfit for me to wear, so just like a button up that's not even like fully on. And I usually don't wear like short sleeves because I don't really like my arms, but it's way too warm outside. Like there's a heat wave going on and I'm dying and my cat is dying, and yeah, so don't pay attention too much to the outfit. I tried to save it by like doing some eyeshadow, but I'm pretty sure I made it worse. So let's just ignore all of that and let's just get into all of these books. So first we have Yellowface. Now this is a book that doesn't need like an introduction. It's very popular and it's very good, I'm assuming, because it's so popular. And yeah, I can't wait to read it. I am going to wait until I'm in the mood to read it though, because I feel like I have to be in a specific mood to read a book like this. So yeah, I'm very excited to read it, but I am gonna wait until it's the right moment to read it. So yeah. Then next we have Heaven's Official Blessing Volume 8. This is the last volume of the series, and I don't own basically like any other volume in this series. I own Volume 3, I'm pretty sure, but that's it. I basically bought this because this is the special edition, and I found it for really cheap. But like all the extras included, so I just bought it, even though again I don't own any of the other books basically, so I can't read this anytime soon, but I found it for cheap. And if there's something that you guys know about me at this point, if you've watched my channel for a while, is that I only buy books when they're very cheap. So any book that you see in this haul was basically bought when it was extremely cheap. So yeah, that's why you'll see like weird volumes from mangas even though I don't own the other ones. It's because again, I buy them when they're cheap. This is one of them. Again, not going to be able to read this anytime soon, but I'm glad that I have it, so yeah. Then next we have volumes 2 and 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I have no idea if I pronounced that correctly. I already own volume 1, which is again surprising considering that I only buy these volumes when they're very cheap. But yeah, I actually read volume 1 like online a couple of years ago, like when it first came out, I'm pretty sure. And I thought it was kind of interesting, but I didn't like it that much. And then it started becoming a lot more popular. And I was like, well, if people like it, I guess it's good. So again, I saw these volumes on sale and I grabbed them because again, I already own volume 1 that I also bought on sale. So yeah, I can't wait to read this series and see what I think of it personally. Because again, I know it's popular. So yeah, can't wait to see what I think of it. Then next is actually a book that I bought the most recent out of this like entire book haul, and that is Murder in the Family. Someone that I am mutuals with on like a lot of social media platforms had read this book and really liked it and liked like the format, and so I picked it up because I saw that it was very cheap. So again, I immediately bought it, and like I already said, it is written in like an interesting format. I'm pretty sure it's written in like conversations. I don't know how else to say it, but I think they mentioned it was like with like a podcast basically, that like the book is told. So like you only see like dialogue. That's what I wanted to say, not conversations but like dialogue. You only see that, or pretty much only that, and you like figure out along with them like what is going on and stuff like that. So yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. It reminds me a lot of Illuminae, which the reason why I point forth is because it's actually one of the books that my tripod is balanced on, because it's like one of the biggest ones I own. And yeah, it reminds me of that format. I liked Illuminae, so I'm assuming I'm gonna like this as well. So yeah, can't wait to read it if I'm like in a mystery mood, which is not often, but you know, maybe I'll like it when I'm in that mood. So yeah. Then next is The God's Lie. Now this is another manga. I'm gonna mention quite a few mangas like in this book haul because I don't know, I've been buying a lot of manga recently, mainly because like my physical like TBR for like books is like really big. I am reading a lot of them recently. I've read like 4 in like the last week, like 4 physical books in like the last week. That's really insane for me, but yeah, I'm going through a phase, I guess. But yeah, this is a manga that I've been wanting for a couple years now, but I never picked it up because it's very expensive always. Because it's like a standalone manga, and usually like standalone mangas are very expensive for some reason. So yeah, I waited a very long time to buy this, but I managed to get it on sale. Again, you can sense a theme here. I only buy things when they're on sale because I'm not that rich. I'm actually quite poor. But yeah, I finally have this. I can't wait to read it, even though I know that it's quite sad. Like, I feel like it's going to be quite sad. Like, it has that vibe about it. So yeah, I'm going to see what I think of it and read it when I'm in a sad, melancholy mood, I guess, because again, that's the vibe it gives off. So yeah, the next manga is kind of the complete opposite of like a sad and melancholy manga, and that is Minato's Laundromat. Don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but yeah, I've watched the BL, like a live action of this, and I was kind of like iffy about it in the beginning, but I felt like they dealt with the whole like age gap thing pretty decently, which is interesting for a BL, honestly, because I feel like a lot of the time they don't deal with it very well, and I feel like they dealt with it decently well. I don't know if the manga's gonna deal with it well, but again, I found these on sale and I recognized it from like the BL show that I watched, so I bought them and I'm reading them. So yeah, again, basically every single book in this book haul was on sale. Again, very glad that I got them because I am reading them currently. These are the only 2 volumes that I have for now because these are the only ones that are out in English at this point, I think. So yeah, I am enjoying reading them. I really like the covers actually, especially this one. I think it's very pretty. And yeah, I don't know if I would recommend it because again, the age gap thing, it's a bit weird, but like again, the live action BL dealt with it pretty well. So I'm hoping this will as well. So yeah, the next manga is I Want to Be a Wall Volume 1. I bought this at the same time as Minato's Laundromat because again, it was also on sale. It was like buy 2 get 1 free, and I basically just picked volumes that are like expensive so that like it would, you know, actually put like a dent in the cost. So there was also another sale going on, but anyway, point being, I picked this up because despite how like small the volume is, it is quite expensive, and it has a sexual representation, I believe, and like gay representation, and I've heard good things about it. I actually read half of it, I think, online, and then I stopped because I wanted the physical volume, and then I found out that they're really expensive, despite again how short they are. But you know, again, sale going on, bought it, can't wait to buy the rest and like read it. So yeah, the next book is a book that I never thought I would buy, but again, I found it on sale for really cheap, so I ended up buying it because it intrigued me, and that is Punk 57. Again, these are not really like my usual style of books that I like to read, but I've heard a lot about it, and again, I found it for really cheap, so obviously I bought it. Again, that's basically just how my brain works. I see a book, I don't think I want to buy it because I don't think it's my style or my taste in books, and then I see it's really cheap and I buy it anyway because again, if I buy a book, I am going to read it someday, so might as well. So yeah, anyway, I don't know what I'm going to think about this book. Not really like my taste in books, but I bought it, it's cheap. Can't wait to read it, I guess, and see what I think about it. So yeah. Then next is Demon Prince Volume 7. I only own volumes 1 and 2, but that didn't stop me from buying volume 7 because again, it was on sale. So I bought it. I'm gonna buy the rest of the series someday anyway, so might as well just buy every single volume I can find when it's cheap. So yeah, not gonna be able to read this anytime soon, but at least I have it, and it was cheap. Yeah, nothing else to say. Then next we have volumes 2, 4, and 5 of Chainsaw Man. The reason why 3 is missing is because, and you guessed it already, it wasn't cheap, so I just didn't buy it, and I'm gonna wait until it becomes cheap. So yeah, I have quite a bit of these volumes now. I have 1, 2, 4, and 5, so yeah, I can't wait to buy volume 3 when it's cheap so that I can binge read the first 5 volumes. Again, this became very popular all of a sudden, and I was intrigued by it, so I wanted to read it, and I found them for very cheap, so I bought them, and the covers are pretty cool looking, so yeah. can't wait to see what I think of it, and then maybe like watch the anime. The same for like Jujutsu Kaisen. Like I view them as like the same because they both became popular around the same time, and they have like similar themes in my head. Like I don't know if that's the actual case, but like in my head they have like similar themes. So yeah, can't wait to read both of those series and like watch the anime. So yeah. Then next we have Painted Devils, which is the sequel to Little Thieves. I already owned Little Thieves and I wanted to buy this for quite a while because I wanted to read like both of them right after each other, because otherwise it stresses me out too much, or I think it's gonna stress me out too much, so wait until I find this book somewhere. But I waited to buy it because I couldn't find the version of this book that perfectly matched the version that I have, because all of them were like 10 times taller for some reason, and I was like, why do that? Like it's supposed to be a series or like a duology, I have no idea, but why like make them like different sizes? Like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I waited literally like a year to like find a version of this book that, you know, matched the one that I have. This is like one of the few books I actually bought like in a bookstore, because I usually buy my books online because then I can find like sales a lot more often, and I'm, you know, a disabled person, I can't go outside that often. So this is one of the only books in this whole like book haul basically that I bought physically in a store, because I had to see what the size of the book was. So yeah, I don't think this was on sale. This was like one of the few books that I bought full price, which hurt me a lot, but I had to do it because it had to match the other one. So yeah, can't wait to read it. Then next we have volumes 18 and 19 of Hanako-kun. Now these are also mangas that I can't buy like when they're on sale, because they're basically never on sale. So I have to buy them like full price, which again hurts, but I really like this series. Like I want to buy, sorry if you can hear my cat move, but he's waking up. But yeah, I really like this series. I like to read it like as it comes out. So I buy like every single volume like as it comes out. So yeah, I'm paying full price for them, but like again, I really like this series. I really like the covers. For this series, I'm okay with like paying full price because it's one of the few series that I do it with. Again, sorry if you can hear my cat. He's washing himself. So yeah, let's move on because I'm very, very warm. Because again, there's a heat wave going on and I can't open my window or use like my fan, which is behind me. Don't know if you can see it, but yeah, can't do any of that, so I'm dying. So let's just try and get through the rest of these books. I'm about halfway through, I think. So yeah. Then next we have Noragami volumes 11 and 12. I don't own 10 yet because I can't find it anywhere. It's not because it's not cheap, it's because I literally cannot find it anywhere. So yeah, I have these two now. Can't wait to like read them because I am pretty much caught up with this series until volume 10. Like I haven't read that one because I don't own it. And I think my cat is about to jump off my desk, so sorry if you can hear that. He's staring at me. Okay, he's gonna jump down. No, he's gonna attack my tripod. So my cat is now sitting right beside the camera. I'm pretty sure you can hear him like licking himself. Let's hope he doesn't try to like swat it, because then my phone is gonna fall to pieces. So yeah, again, can't wait to read the series. Have to own volume 10 first, but yeah, can't wait to read this. Then next we have Kitty. This is the sequel, I think, or a prequel to A Kind of Spark, which is like one of my favorite books that has like autism representation. This has autism representation as well, I'm pretty sure. And my mom actually had to buy this one in the UK because that's where my mom lives, because I couldn't find it anywhere. So yeah, my mom bought this one. I didn't pay for it, so basically it was free. So yeah, can't wait to read this. It is very short. It's a middle grade autism representation. Highly recommended. Then next we have Kami-sama Kiss Volume 7. Now I'm having a bit of trouble finding these volumes because this series is quite old. It's one of the oldest ones that I own, I think. And yeah, it's very difficult to find these volumes, so I buy them very, very slowly. This is the last volume that I own, and it's also the one I'm reading right now because, again, I have trouble finding these volumes. So yeah, moving on, because like I said, I'm very warm. I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can. Then next is another very old series, or I don't think it's that old, but like in terms of like, you know, the mangas that I usually own. It is quite old, and that is Maid Sama. Now this series is quite problematic when you look back on it, but I am enjoying reading them just to get into like the nostalgic mood of it. So yeah, I am buying these like volumes that have like 2 volumes in one basically. I usually don't buy those, but I like these covers better than the original ones, and the originals you can't find anywhere. So yeah, this is the newest one that I bought. It's also the one that I'm reading right now, and yeah, I'm enjoying the nostalgic feeling of like reading them again. So yeah, so my cat decided that while I was filming it was the prime opportunity to use this litter box. So now I'm even more warm than I was like 5 minutes ago. So I have put like part of my hair behind my back. I know that probably makes me look ugly, but we're moving on. The next book is Lessons. I picked this up from a like local bookstore, like a small bookstore, and I wanted to like support them. And I was out with a friend like for the first time in like years. So yeah, I wanted to support like the person. So yeah, this was quite expensive, but again, it's like an investment into like a small business, so I'm okay with paying a bit more. So yeah, because of that, I did pick up like a more like thick book, because pretty much all of the books were like the same prices, and I didn't want to buy like a small book of like 200 pages, so I picked up like a massive chunk of a book. So yeah, don't know when I'm gonna be in the mood to read this kind of book, but I have it. The next book is this one. I can't pronounce the title, but this is also a book that I picked up while I was outside with a friend, which I've been doing more of that recently because it's summer, and usually that's when like old friends are like, hey, you want to meet up again? I know I've been ignoring you all year, but you know, it's summer, so it's time to like rekindle our friendship. So yeah, I was outside with them and I bought this book because again I wanted to support like a small business, specifically like a small like author, because the actual author was there of this book and she like signed it. So yeah, I bought this when I was at like a market for like LGBT plus stuff. So I bought some other stuff there as well, but this is the only book I bought. So yeah, very excited to read this. I also can't believe that I found a book there in English. I was expecting it to be in my native language, but it was in English, so I had to pick it up, of course. That was my cat jumping on my desk. So yeah, can't wait to read this and see what I think of it. The next book is Some of Us Just Fall. This is a book about chronic illness, I believe. And yeah, I also bought this book very recently, along with the other book, Murder in the Family it was, I believe. I picked both of those up at the same time, along with a third one that I'm gonna show, like, literally, like, right now, like, after this book. Basically, the only reason why I picked this book up was because I saw it was about, like, chronic illness, and it's a, like, non-fiction, I believe. So, yeah, I like reading books like that. Surprisingly enough, like, I'm someone who likes non-fiction, so, yeah. I am excited to read this. I am going to read it when I'm in the mood for non-fiction though, so yeah, probably not going to be for a while because like I said, I'm currently reading a lot of my physical TBR, and most of them are like romance type books, so yeah. The next book is Heartstopper Volume 4. I only own volumes 1 and 2, but again, this was very cheap because I bought it on sale along with Murder in the Family and Some of Us Just Fall, the book that I just talked about. This is the third one that I bought. I found it for very, very cheap because usually these ones are like really expensive because they're very big and like very thick as well. And I found it for like really cheap, so I bought it. And yeah, very glad that I own it. Hopefully I can find the other volumes for really cheap as well. So yeah, then next I have I Cannot Reach You Volume 4. I don't own any of the other volumes in this series. I just own Volume 4 because again, you can probably already guess it. It was very cheap, so I bought it. And I know this like series. I have watched the BL like live action for it, and I know I really like it, like the live action. So I must like the manga as well, probably. So yeah, bought the volume even though I don't own any other volume. So yeah, I will have to buy those someday when they are on sale, obviously. But yeah, can't wait to read this someday. So yeah, let's move on to the last 2 books, which is great because like I said, very warm, in pain, uncomfortable, all of those things. The next book is The Invisible Life. I'm not going to pronounce the rest of the title because I cannot say it. I tried like 3 times and I'm over it. Like I said, it's literally like the second to last book like on this list and literally like the last book, because the last one I'm gonna talk about is a manga and I'm just over it at this point. Like I also have like a headache now, so like I'm just over it at this point. Like this is a book that I've wanted for quite a couple years actually, since it came out, but I could never find it for cheap, and I also didn't like the cover back then, but then they released this white one and I do like this one. So yeah, gonna read it someday, not soon I think, because it's like a very specific kind of vibe, and it's not a summer book for me, it's a fall book. So yeah, gonna read this someday and hopefully I like it after waiting for so long to buy it. So yeah, then we are finally at the last book, or rather manga, in this book haul, and that is Haikyuu volume 33. I don't own 31 or 32, but again, found this on sale. My mom is buying volume 31 and 32 for me though, because I also couldn't find those volumes anywhere for like months. And then I saw this one on sale, so I just bought it. So yeah, my mom found those volumes in the UK. So yeah, hopefully I'll have those soon. And yeah, I can't wait to like read this series. Like obviously I really love Haikyuu, like maybe you can see it on like my bookshelf. Like one day I'll have a whole bookshelf with just Haikyuu on it, but for now that's not possible because my bookshelves, as you can probably see, are very, very full. And I have to remember that all of these books also have to go in there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to like rearrange my bookshelf after this book haul, because that's the main reason why I did it, because my bookshelves were just looking too messy and I just want to like rearrange them, even though I don't really have energy for that usually. But yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway this week. So yeah, I'm gonna put this down now. I'm gonna do the outro. So yeah, so I'm very glad this video is over. Again, like I said, I'm very warm, I'm in pain, I'm uncomfortable, and yeah, I just want to end this video. I am very glad that I filmed it though, because again, book hauls are very difficult for me to film, but I'm glad I pushed through and I filmed it. Can't wait for in like 6 months when I need to do this again. So yeah, that's gonna be a mess, especially because like my birthday is in December, so like I know I'm gonna buy more books like around that time. There's probably gonna be a lot more books in that book haul than in this one. So yeah, that's gonna be an absolute mess, but we'll try and get through it. I'm now gonna, you know, get some rest and then rearrange my bookshelves somehow. So yeah, wish me luck on that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I'm somehow gonna try and take a thumbnail now, which is gonna be very difficult because like I said, book hauls also are very difficult for me because I can't pick up a lot of books at once. So I'm gonna see how I'm gonna do that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and bye.